All right, we're back, and this sound real confuddling around with her cat, I guess, in the background. Tails also messaging me about. Can you give me the copy paste link to the Maturino payout stuff? Because Tails is demanding prize pool or prize pay. I guess he never got the one from before because he didn't know how to withdraw it.
Okay.
Or I can leave you to poke him, or how do you want to do it?
Yeah, I'm trying to look for it now. What was he? I have to look into it.
Oh wait, was he one of the guys that you paid out for you and then you're gonna PayPal over?
Yeah, it might have been. That's why I was like, I was gonna look into it. Which one did he win?
Apparently last week he was top 4.
Okay. 1, 2. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Hurricane is not joining the lobby. I think he's just AFK, guys, because he probably thought that series would be a lot longer. So I'm gonna give you his email since he just pasted it to me. So I'll let you sort it from there.
Yeah. Do do do. Do do.
There we go. Okay. So, anyways, for those who don't know, I guess Zomgrub's really awesome. She took the time to make this kind of like screenshot walkthrough of how to withdraw from Maturino, and she did it in both English and Korean. So, when people don't get paid their prize money or they don't know how to get it out of Maturino, it's actually really simple to do. But it is definitely like if it's your first time, you don't know what to do. Like it's really not intuitive. So. For Tails, to make it clear, we're not trying to cheat him out of any prize money. You know, I think that's like $20 or something he's probably owed. We'll make sure he gets it one way or the other, even if it just means like PayPaling it to him if we have to.
Mhm.
Oh man, Ali just tweeted something about the Tasteless GG thing. Let's watch this together, fam, while we're waiting, because I want to see what this looks like. Testing possibility of having GG sound.
GG!
Yeah, okay, I guess you can get the
GG!
I don't know how that works with triggers or whatever, but I guess yeah, he's got it set up so when the game ends it'll trigger the Tasteless GG. That's kind of funny. I would hope though that that's something that would require you having bought the pack for. I don't know. I feel like getting away with a lot of the voiceover sounds for the folks, whether it's Phoenix or Tasteless or Total Biscuit or whoever. You know, I'm not sure what the deal is, but from what I've heard, they do get a percentage of like the money. So like, you know, oh, it's a $7 pack. Tasteless probably gets like $1 each or something every time Blizzard sells one, right? Again, I don't know. This is what I've heard. I don't even know if that's true. That's how I would imagine it would go down. So in that way, I'm kind of like, well, I don't feel so guilty about using Tasteless as GG. But at the same time, it is Tasteless as GG, right? Like, you don't want to start ripping it off and stealing it. Like, the Roddy soundboard is fun once in a while, but it's not something I think you would want to use regularly as part of the cast. Like, you're solo casting every day, Wardy style, and you're just, like, using the soundboard to bounce ideas off of. Like, I don't know. I'm like Jaded. It's cool. It's certainly cool, though, to know that that's a possibility. Because that now makes me think of, like, other things that I would want to use this, I guess. I don't have Hurricane on Skype. I don't know how to reach out to him.
I think I do. Tournament ready. Join lobby.
Okay.
Okay, and Tails should have his money now.
Cool. Prize pool for today brought up to $240. Again, we actually have some pretty awesome MVPs here. Again, XP2304 with the $23, Rokar with 21, Tom KD. Hey man, what's up? Good morning, Tom. Throws in $20 to say Ace Kate. This prize pool, I think if we actually use up all the codes, will be damn close to $300. Blah Meow also adds in 5 to say Gumi over INnoVation Finals, please. I know that would be pretty sweet, right? But Hurricane has finally joined us. Woo!
Yeah. Alrighty then. Sequencer once more.
I'll go tweet about it too, just to do my thing. Let me see. Boop, boop, boop. Of course, I would like to thank everybody tuning in live today, but a big shout out to our YouTube audience, who I know is small but ever growing, and it's good to see that we've had some pretty decent channel growth ever since we went YOLO from a network and we're no longer with anybody. So I thought views would plummet, and we, of course, are not currently earning any money with the YouTube channel, but still paying Joey the best we can. And big thank you to him for managing all that still every day. But okay, folks, we're getting into game number 1 in a brand new best of 3. He's been kind of the up-and-coming kid. He's the new guy to the top 4, and he is absolutely capable of taking on his opponent. It is the blue Protoss, Hurricane.
In the bottom left, as the red Terran, he is INnoVation.
Also, real quick to say, I know we said similar things about Billowy earlier, but Billowy is really inconsistent, whereas Hurricane has actually been winning more regularly. So when I say that I think he's got the chance to take on INnoVation, I'm not saying this in like a build you up in the announcer kind of way like we were with Billowy, because we have to sell the fact that Billowy is good enough, but we don't see it consistent and often, so it's hard to confidently say like this will be a close match. But I actually think this one might be still one-sided, but there's actually a very good chance it's in Hurricane's favor. Although, again, this is me going off of pre-patch results, and it is now a post-patch world.
I was going to say, I don't know if it's like Hurricane favored. Hurricane has a chance here to upset in 1 or 2 games. But otherwise, I think INnoVation has looked not just like INnoVation, but like a super good INnoVation lately in these online leagues. Like whatever hesitance we had when he first started joining the Alima leagues and all that, back when they, released from the Kespa teams, that has been done away with for sure at this point. Like, they are totally used to online play, and they just look exactly as good as they do offline. So I would still expect Hurricane to lose 0-2, but I want to see him get that 1 game with some pretty solid play.
Get that Phoenix Adept composition going.
Maybe.
All right, well, regardless, we'll see what he chooses to go with. I think that what is annoying, though, Sequencer is a map that's going to be a little bit fickle. You do have this safe third without the second gas, of course, and it's no matter what race you are, it's going to be difficult, but I think the lack of gas hits Protoss harder, so we'll probably see these guys expand horizontally, I would imagine, at least.
Sequencer's such a weird map, but without any Zergs, which we did have at least one Penguin, right? He's a Zerg player, just not the European Zerg player. He's a Korean Zerg player. But yeah, with the lack of Zergs, this map pool isn't so... I don't want to use the word atrocious. I'm not biased. It's not so annoying. Sequencer being one of those long maps. It's very questionable.
I'm trying to... Someone's saying we've got some result wrong for Namshur versus Serral, but... we haven't cast Namshur and Serral. I don't even know how long.
I was like, where is this coming from?
Cancel the Corsair Cup. Corsair Friday feels bad, man. Also, I do want to note, we had a pretty... Those who missed it, the Corsair Cup getting canceled on Friday was really sad, of course. But we had, I thought, a pretty constructive talk. We've come up with some solutions for June. But to put it bluntly, the BTSL and the Corsair Cup will be taking a very different direction in the month of June as a test. And we'll see if the new format works better going forward or not. But to be perfectly clear, it's not going to encompass the open bracket the way we've had so far, and we do want to do that. It's just June. Well, I'll wait till we get some downtime. It's going to take some explaining.
Okay. Oh, there is a Wood of Mine hidden behind that radar dish. Old-fashioned way of placing it. So that was almost really cool, but Hurricane barely dodges out of it. He is going for... well, he has a proxy pylon. That's interesting. We'll see if he really uses it. He has 3 gateways, but, I mean, this looks like a Stargate, adept builds. And he is getting his gases now, but, yeah, he's using the proxy pylon. He's going to put on some aggression before INnoVation would ever expect it.
You see here annoying little blip in a sec. I'm gonna try and dodge it if I can. Tom wanted to know how many shirts have been sold. Ah, damn it, I didn't dodge it. 59. That's what I was checking. Good stuff. Of course, Revelation has that one Woodmine get picked off fairly easy. I actually like the Viking on the ground. The argument could and should be that like it would be in the air fighting against the oracles and fending them off, but the bonus damage it deals to mechanical is like too enticing not to take out the stalkers.
The bunker is like super important here. This type of move would work against someone who doesn't have a bunker. It would even be like a little bit scary. But with the bunker plus all the production of barracks, it only wouldn't scary for like a second, and then things would have been normal. So not really worth for Hurricane to do that. He could have gotten a much, much faster third base.
Also, fun fact, as I was on that page briefly, apparently 59 shirts sold is exactly the amount we needed. I can't say how much that is, to cover the costs of what we paid the artist for the design for. So what's awesome is now that's just a shirt we can put up forever, and it'll always be a cool, but be a little bit of extra money, which is nice.
Nice. So as I said, the third base could have been already done. And with this attack coming forward, maybe if it could be canceled, that might have been better, as this isn't a very strong army, but 2 pylons makes it a lot stronger. Fortunately, no Guardian Shield, and not quite with all, Resident Glaives and +1 really is like, it makes us kind of suspicious. Going up against INnoVation's macro here. He's in full force. He's got third base on the way. He's got upgrades finishing. This was, I guess, a bit of like almost like a bluff drop because Sim wasn't done. Combat Shields is, but Sim wasn't. Now it's done as Hurricane runs forward here, and I'm not sure that was the best move. Picks up most of the units, though, and makes it bet better.
Yeah. Flying, not shooting, means the stalkers take a pretty good fight. Problem is, though, yeah, as he gives chase, he gets a little bit further away from his ground support. And Hurricane could lose these Phoenix very easily, whether it's the Wood Mines popping off or just the Marine shooting them.
Yeah, it's a little bit dangerous. Right now, Hurricane needs to be kind of conservative with his army because he only just got his production going with these gateways finishing up and his third base actually getting saturated. Now he's going to explode in army supply, given 1 or 2 warp-ins, but he's only gotten 1 in so far. He definitely needs like 2 more to really feel secure. INnoVation's continuing to pile on the pressure just by rallying units.
Well, Hurricane's one with the pylon pressure. Because it's pylons?
I got it.
Okay.
Well, the Wood Mines have got those
really hard at it, so.
I laughed in my head.
I will say Hurricane did some pretty good consistent revelations. He always knew where the Widow Mines were, but just because you can see your opponent's army doesn't mean you can deal with it any better. And maybe if he didn't lose a couple of the extra Phoenix early on, this would be a little bit easier to manage. But right now, he's got no reliable way to take out the Liberators. Not enough Stalkers on the ground, not enough tech with no blink. This is going to be INnoVation choking out his opponent here inside the third base.
No. It does seem to be the case. With INnoVation rallying, maybe there could have been a point of like weakness versus the height of Hurricane's strength. But I really think like just how the game has gone, it's like no matter what, it's going to be an okay trade. Liberators obviously take out all the army. Phoenix is barely alive.
I think that's intentional. That was a really cool move out of Hurricane where he did put the units shading underneath the Liberators so the Widow Mine Splash would help clear them up.
Oh yeah.
That was cool. Yeah. I like that move. That was a good move.
But he's just not able to get that snowball-y amount of adepts. Trying to get double immortal production actually would be quite good if they're protected.
I think it's just snowballing a little too hard at this point. 70 army supply. They got the 1-1 now completed. GG's get called, and INnoVation will take the first map in this best of 3. But because I am absolutely trying to now just draw out the broadcast a little bit longer so we don't have a 2-hour tournament on our hands, we're going to go to a commercial break. See you guys in 2 minutes. Thanks for watching. All right, folks, we're loading into game number 2, and the prize pool for today is grand total at $244 so far. But I say so far because we actually still have a bunch of the freebie coupon codes to be used up, and I want to make sure they all do get used up. So if you haven't yet, head over to the Matcherino page. You can type !Matcherino if you're live with us in chat today. And then use the code BTSL7 to add $1 to the prize pool. Won't cost you a thing. Other than a few moments of your time. But Jimmy Loxton, thank you for the double dagger. Oh, you're actually healing yourself with stabs? Life leech. Either way, Juvia's still the big bit boss by quite a large margin. Thank you for the 200 extra bits. Spawning here in the bottom right, we have the red Protoss, Hurricane.
In the top left is the blue Terran. He is INnoVation.
Was Hurricane still on Dust? Was it?
No, he was on Dust.
Who was it?
That was Hush.
Hush. Oh, okay. My mistake. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think Hurricane's on anything.
Sounds like he's looking for a team.
I thought you were gonna say it looks like he's like high on Protoss. But
I actually, I will say, I wish we had the budget. I would love to pick up like every non-Korean, even if it's just paying them as little as like a couple $100 a month, like
non-Korean. I don't
or
agree
sorry,
with that.
not non-Korean, non-teamed Korean.
Yeah.
Also, hey, Juvia just got a brand new bit badge with that recent cheer. Pretty in pink, if you will.
Purdy. Okay, well.
Man, I saw actually my first, I think it was on Nate's stream, Razunis, I can't remember who it was, or maybe it was Epic Pandora. They had like this black bit badge, and that's like, guys, that's like $2,000 worth of bits. But I didn't even know they
Holy
made them go
shit.
that big. There's like people who are prepped and ready.
Shauza.
They make they do of course now allow partners to make custom bit badges. Like I should probably look into that, maybe come up with something neat looking. But you know what I'm now realizing? I'm looking at this in chat. The one by Kitty the Neko's name, is that off-centered?
Not that I can tell.
It looks like it's off by like a pixel. It bothers me so much. I can't look at that right now.
Stop looking at it.
I can't. Okay.
All right, well.
Ascension Ire was Hurricane's map pick, so perhaps he had something planned for it, and it's going to be a bit of a proxy. Now, this is actually a totally fine spot for a Stargate, and that looks to be what he's going to do. Earlier today, we got to see a Robo, which is kind of cool, but you don't really put one this far back.
Yeah. I mean, Proxy Robo could be cool, but no. So, INnoVation has got this Reaper trying its best to survive for another Scouts, but it really hasn't scouted anything suspicious. It's all a Nexus, and that was it, and that's not enough information to say that it's a proxy or not. If it gets back in the main base and still sees no tech, no Robo, no Toilet Council, nothing, then that's when you get suspicious.
Yeah. Also, damn, that's a name we haven't seen in chat for a while. Just subbed to the channel.
He changed his name, I guess. Maybe Twitch made him.
Well, Philip per butthole. Thank you for the sub.
So much better now.
So much different. So much more. This was when poor Oh Fuck You had to change his name like 5 times. He just kept doing different variations of Oh Fuck You.
Yeah.
Now he's just like OFU.
Exactly. Well, see you again. All right, so this might be bad news. INnoVation is bringing forth every single unit possible. Cyclones, his Marines, like everything. He did not sense that it was anything suspicious, and like, why would he? Nothing really looks suspicious. So he's gonna lose a ton of SCVs.
Yeah, he's really vulnerable in the main. There's no Widow Mine that was made. There's no hidden thing behind these satellite dishes. He was really looking to put on pressure, and he will put on pressure. So it's not for naught, but yeah, the Cyclones are even late to be pulled away from the overcharge because he's busy running around with the SCVs and just trying to escape the wrath of the Oracle.
They take time to kill the Marines, so I guess there's not as many SCVs that go down, but this is all free pickings, and there might be a second follow-up Oracle, and there is very shortly. INnoVation tries to bust the front base, but already taking so much damage on the Cyclones, lost his Marines, lost his Reaper, barely saved the Cyclones.
You guys thought the Mothership Core was going to die? You don't know how Cyclone anti-air works.
Yeah. There is a second Oracle, and there still isn't much to defend against it. His Marine production finally is, like, starting. Right, yeah, that's not enough Marines.
Yeah, he still needs 6, the magic number, to take on an Oracle, so stings a little bit. If he gets the Mules here, that'd be really important. Very expensive.
This is great. This is so good. This is a great start. I don't even know.
Yeah, Hurricane, I mean, he needed it after that first game, right? Like, he needed something to go right for him.
This This like kind of like it makes me feel like that game versus Billy on Abyssal Reef. He was just guessing. He was just hoping it was a robo, and in that case, he was correct. Billy also, I would say, like the more I think about it, is also kind of a robo player, whereas Hurricane is a little bit more up in the air. Don't know him as much, and obviously he has no problem going for a Stargate as he did last game and did this too in this game. But he adds on a very quick robotic spade to his robo. You know, not a fast third base, and Phoenix is after this and is going for an attack into, I guess, Disruptors later on, or Colossus, whichever one.
I think pressing the issue while he's ahead is a really important detail here. There's something we said about the potential continued use of the oracles, but ooh, this turret's actually really weirdly placed. It's not going to quite cover the backside of the SCVs like you would want. Anyways, the point is, though, if Hurricane gets in here and he gets even just a couple of adepts in, forget the Immortal and the Sentry in any other part of the attack, like, and he just continues to pick off like the odd SCV, this could be bad. But the fact that he's bringing the Immortals and the Sentries means he's looking for a real fight, and oh, he's going to lose the Sentry. That sucks.
I feel like it's getting awfully close to Hurricane just rolling in and winning, you know? Like, I don't think he's really going right for INnoVation in this game. He does have Sim, and he will have +1 on combat shields when Hurricane's ready to push in, and that might be a big difference. Snipes the Warp Prism, gets a couple sentries, like, it all starts back in INnoVation's favor.
Cast that revelation on that INnoVation.
Hey, that seems like too many units. It just seems like you're gonna die. He manages to not get surrounded, which is good.
I like the Guardian Shield a lot. I mean, Marine Fire is already gonna be one thing, but that also helps kill the Cyclone damage as well.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Thankfully, those Adepts didn't get on top of the Marines. If they did, it might have been game over. But now this is enough time for a Liberator pop out, and there's no real anti-air.
Yeah, that's going to be an issue. I mean, he might suicide some of the Adepts for splash damage again, like we saw last time, which was cool, but I think he recognizes this issue as well, and he backs away from the fight, which is a very smart move. Committing to this, you still might win the army fight underneath the Liberator, but it's risky. It's a lot more risky.
That was risky, bringing the Liberator out and forward, man. Like, it's not going to die. Apparently, there's no anti-air, only building a Phoenix now, but it means that, like, Hurricane might have wanted to bust still, and, like, then seeing a golden opportunity. It's going to drop the main base, and INnoVation also picked up units in a medevac.
This is all kinds of bad. He really wanted to break the siege by going around it, and I think that's a cool move, but the scouting wasn't there for it, so Adepts get transferred, a couple SCVs die. This actually isn't that bad. He doesn't lose as much as he should have.
Yeah, he really, like, instant reactions on both sides, bringing that medevac drop back. That is nice. The Oracles are tagging the Liberator, and a Phoenix is on the way. And a single Phoenix took a long time to kill it.
Oh, down here. Sorry, I was looking for the blips on the minimap.
Yeah, okay, well, it's good enough with the Stalkers getting a couple of pot shots into. Now INnoVation at least has Hurricane backed away, and he can now start his own game, like bringing back the game. Obviously, he's not already on his way to third base, and his production is going to get stalled out here if he can't, compared to Hurricane, who just is a freshly made third. But he is, you know, the medevacs start coming in. There's only one Phoenix. Blink isn't quite done, or maybe he just simply catches a couple of Colossus off guard.
Oh no. I don't know if the 47ness is here, but your chicken emote has ruined everything. Oh no. That's so gross. That Stasis drop was really nice. While this goes on, though, big warping on the other side of the map. Huge amount of Adepts coming in.
Well, the middle of the map is, like, really odd. There wasn't quite enough units. Yeah, okay, that's game.
I was going to say, this fight could have gone well for INnoVation, but he still was going to lose all the SCVs back at home. So, I mean, he's already in a pretty rough spot from the Oracles, and that gives Hurricane game number 3 to bring it back to. And you mentioned, like, you hope that even if Hurricane were to die, he at least gets to show a good game. And I think that was a pretty good game. But I do want to address this, right? People chat like, what I just got at Stargate, Legacy of the Void equals GG. But honestly and truthfully, the same thing can be said about, like, an unscattered proxy factory. Or, like, a Liberator that doesn't get realized till it's too soon. Like, a cheese is a cheese at the end of the day, no matter what race you are. And things that don't get scouted can be game ending.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that point. I don't know if the severity is equal amongst all things, but for me, it's more just like I haven't really seen a proxy Oracle kill, like, straight up kill a Terran in a long time, I feel. Like, Yeah, I get damage and yeah, I get a lead like in that game, but the amount of times I saw it in Heart of the Storm when it was first released was so stupid. And that was annoying. Now it's not really the case.
Well, we're getting set up to go with game number 3. I want to quickly do a walkthrough of Matcherino. I don't know how many codes are left, guys. Honestly, it could be a lot, it could be a little. But here's the thing, right? This will take like literally seconds out of your day to do, and we can pump up the prize pool. And to be clear, I know we talked about possibly moving stuff around, but this is 100% still money going to the players. Casters get nothing. The money's not being rediverted anywhere. Whatever number you see here is going to the players. And Matcherino actually goes the extra mile to put in the missing $13 or $12, whatever the transaction fees are, to make sure that they actually get 100% of the money. So let me just join the lobby real quick. But if you guys go to the Matcherino page, exclamation mark Matcherino chat, you hit the donate button. Up here on the top, just type in BTSL7 like we've been, I guess, kind of annoying about, frankly, all day. Hit donate, boom. You'll have added $1 to the prize pool. You will not have had to enter any payment information. You will not have had to fork over any credit card information. You just prove to them that you're a Twitch user by logging in, and easy peasy, good to go.
Easy lemon squeezy.
So please, folks, take the time to do it. It won't take long. We got 1,421 people watching at the time of me reading this. And I think we've only got like 40 codes left or less. Let's use them all up. Let's bring that prize pool as close to $300 today as we possibly can. Also, big thank you to Kitty the Neko. He's complaining about, I guess, Twitch being bugged in chat about announcements, but he's a tier 2 sub now. Woo! 32 months as well on that resub. And then Nothing Man 32 just now subbed for 27 months in a row. Both of those are really cool combos and long times we watch the channel, and we thank you both for your service. Salute. But kicking off game number 3, in the top left, we've got the Red Terran player, INnoVation.
In the bottom right is the blue Protoss. It is Hurricane.
Okay, now the question here really is, does Hurricane need cheese to beat INnoVation? Is it going to require a proxy, or is that just a simple 1-2 step in what was going to be a macro game anyways? I really feel like it got scary at a point, and not because INnoVation had lost workers or anything like that, but that last fight was a good example. Hurricane not watching his army in the middle of the map, gets surrounded. Could have gone so much worse. Like, in a regular game where cheese didn't happen, INnoVation would have had probably like 25% more units to work with and no harassment at home. Like, the Hurricane still might find struggles here in game 3.
Yeah, of course. INnoVation untouched is like a pretty strong Terran. So you got to get something in there. And, you know, the first game he tried that little bit of a, like, gateway pressure with the proxy pylon. But that actually went kind of sideways for him. Like, it did not turn out well. And just gave INnoVation even more of a lead. So I imagine he's going to do something. But whether that's a proxy targeting or not remains to be seen.
I don't know that I've seen Supply Depot Micro help catch a probe before. This is actually insane.
Yeah, he's going to get it now. It can't escape the Reaper anymore, which is really nice, too, because now he knows he doesn't have to wait around in case it comes back to the SCV or kills the, or puts a pylon down.
That's so sick. I've never even considered having that be part of the factor, but...
It survived, though.
It did.
Escape.
But if we're going to be honest, I think 90% of other players actually lose that probe.
I don't think there's much attention. But now INnoVation is like, okay, now he has to be a little concerned again. Like, is there a probe out there? To be honest, there could have just been a second probe. And, you know, if this is Hero, there's obviously a second probe somewhere. But obviously, you know, Hurricane takes the opportunity of a still living probe to put it in the top right. And maybe do something with it. Imagine another proxy Stargate, actually.
Hell, just a proxy of like a proxy curious, right?
Okay. Yeah, the timing would have been a little off. He didn't already have a pylon up there, so might just be scouting further. Does still lose a probe.
Even if it's just for slow warp-ins, I think having another angle of possibility to attack from is always nice. So I wouldn't mind if this ended up still just putting like a pylon up here or something. I do kind of miss actually the days of first of fast pylon warp-ins, but secondly when Huck, I remember specifically we would cast Huck, and he would have pylons on like Overgrowth and anywhere. And they would be in typical locations, but just barely nobody would ever scout them. And he would get away with the most ridiculous warp-ins for it.
Ah! Yes, I do remember that. Okay, well he still scouts the Stargate, but that was some nice probe damage as well. And now he like has confirmation on the tech but it's in a much better position. I doubt he's going to go with the tank push again, but I mean, you can still do it. It doesn't mean like it's the worst thing ever, but it's a little more difficult to get the game-ending push like it did versus Billowy against Phoenix is lifting up your tanks. That probe is like still being repositioned and moved around, and I still think he wants to do something with it, but not quite yet.
By the way, big pat on your own backs, folks. $279. We bumped up like 20-something codes since mentioning it last time. So I'll calm down, but it's good to see people actually using it. And thank you guys for your continued support of the tournament. It's always good to see players getting the most money possible for these events. They put on a good show for us. They deserve the money.
Indeed. There is a Viking out looking for oracles to kill.
Use the skins, INnoVation. They look so cool. I like the new Viking design a lot, actually.
Me too. He uses the Hellion skin. I'm surprised he didn't get the Viking.
I gotta imagine this INnoVation sitting there and literally piles of money. Like, he's got a DX Racer made of money. And he's like, I don't know if I can afford this skin.
149, I don't know.
It's a bit much, don't you think? And you're like, no, INnoVation. No, it's not. It's cool. Contribute to saving StarCraft. Just do it.
Yeah. Maybe he doesn't realize how cool it is. Because when I first saw it, I was like, is it what? Like, what's different? I don't understand because I'm bad. But then I saw it in game, and I was like, oh.
I think the funniest thing was, I made the joke obviously too, but everybody, like every Terran and hell even the not Terrans, like you had Loco, like, oh great, now the Viking's gonna look so much cooler while it dies in the air. Yeah, but it looks cooler, so there you go.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting. Hurricane, I mean, first of all, I didn't go with an Oracle first, which kind of maybe like caught INnoVation off guard. But now is getting an Oracle, at least for Revelation, might be really good, but you know, more importantly, Resident Glaives immediately after with no +1, just a lot of gateways, proxy gateway being set down too by that earlier probe that almost died. This is going to be a lot of aggression, but is it really going to work? INnoVation still has like an okay army.
No.
And as long as he didn't actually be caught out in the middle of the map,
oh no.
it's okay. Oh boy.
This is barely not going to see this.
This is truly bad news then, because like the thing is, there's that one moment where Protoss is like, I'm not quite ready yet, and then they overwhelm, and then the Marines are all dead, and then they just counterattack immediately, and I don't think INnoVation's gonna have enough back at home to stop that. This is that moment where Hurricane's like, okay, I'm not quite ready yet, and has to defend.
This is that moment that determines which of the two hype combinations we get for the grand finals today.
Yeah. Even at like, yeah, this is too many adepts. He didn't quite get eyes on the third base, I believe, but I don't know. Is this maybe not a fight that Hurricane should have taken? Nah, it's okay. Yeah, he saves all the Phoenixes, only loses the adepts. Those are replaceable.
Holy shit! Well, a fighting game may have gone down like crazy. Philip her butthole put in $123.45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's proven us he can count. That puts today's prize pool a little over $400.
Nice.
Philip her butthole. Save it esports one butthole at a time.
Hurricane might be getting some of that big old cash prize. This is not looking so bad for him. It turns out a bit of a base trade, but I think the amount of adepts you can warp in just kind of outweighs what INnoVation can produce right now. Although it is close, you know, it can't deal with the drops. Phoenix have to come back instead of continue attacking, and Hurricane did not get into that main base. Widow Mines popped off and obliterated the adepts offensively.
Ooh. Well, you know, as bad as things may have gotten, it's still somewhat close. There's a big upgrade discrepancy that's going to hurt later. That +1 weapons right now is not the end-all be-all. Honestly, a Sentry with Guardian Shield can help make up that difference. But it is the fact that they're on kind of similar worker count, I guess. So it's not. I don't know.
No, I actually think that Hurricane just might have just dead, because those Widow Mines don't pop off, and then there's like
he doesn't realize there's so many more.
Yeah, they pop up again, right? If those don't go off on the adepts, there's like 6 adepts, and then there's like 4 more warped in, and that actually camps production. But because they had gone off, the adepts never truly threatened the production of INnoVation, and the Widow Mines didn't die, and oh god.
Oh yeah, this is a massacre at this point. There's so many widow mines on the ground that aren't going to be seen as they all start reloading as we speak.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to say, surprisingly, they all popped off, but there they go again.
Well, it looks like we are going to get that combination of Gumio versus INnoVation here in the finals. Hurricanes left with less than a handful of units remaining, and INnoVation, still, these widow mines aren't being dealt with.
Oh, GG.
All right, well, that gives us a TvT best of 5 grand finals. So we see some good stuff coming up in a moment. I know we just had Philip or Butthole basically dominate and blow away the prize pool, so I'll stop nagging about the coupon codes. I swear to God this will be the last time, guys, because I don't know if any are left, but if there are, please go use the code BTSL7, and I guess we'll let the players know what they're playing for today. Prize payouts at this point, by the way, are $200 for first place, $100 for second, and then like $50, I think, for third and fourth or something. Like there's some really good cash payouts for this now.
Yes, there is.
So we'll go to a commercial. We'll go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back soon. Before we do, quick reminders to check out 2 things if you would, please, guys. One would be the t-shirt sales down below. We only have a couple days left before those are done, so the campaign finishing up soon. Make sure to check out the shirt and get one while you can. Secondly is, I guess, we get really hyped up with the events that we're doing, but don't forget that we have one gigantic event we're still trying to fund in the background of everything we do, whether it's community casting for another channel, or whether it's Lima League, whether it's BTSL, Corsair Cup, you name it. Our mega tournament fundraiser is still going on in the background of everything. So !mega if you want to check that out. But we'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll see you guys soon.